I'm just going to recap for the recording. I apologize. So this is an arithmetic sequence. An arithmetic sequence is a pattern where you always adding or subtracting the same number. So this one is an arithmetic sequence, the one on top, but these two are not, because this one is a multiplication and this one's adding or subtracting. You could pause the video to copy down the notes. Anyone here needs it still, or can I go to the next page? Okay.
I'm good.
No problem. So because arithmetic sequences are pretty consistent, like it's the same thing over and over, I'm going to actually do a little, I'm just going to copy this right here. So because arithmetic sequences are the same and there's always a pattern, we have a pattern in how to write the equation. Okay? So this is the formula, and a very important formula for writing equations. This is the arithmetic formula. Your AN, so A at any N position, it's going to be A1 plus D and minus 1. And I will explain what every letter means. That is going to be your equation. Can I type that nicely? N equals A1 plus D n minus 1. Of course, what are all these things? Something that should be familiar is AN and A1.
When
Yes.
do we know when to use this equation?
What's up?
When do we know when to use this equation?
When we do some practice problems with it first. Let me talk about what the equation is, and then let's do some practice problems. You'll see when to use it and how we're going to use it. So AN, we should know this is the A value at the nth step. While A1 is very particular. A value at the first step. So N is for any number, any particular number I might be looking for. Well, A1 is always going to have to be my first number. Now D is pretty important. This is your common difference. And it's D for difference. Now, what we've been referring into all of this time is the pattern. What pattern is occurring, basically? And then N is just simply the step you're on. So if you're on the first step, N would be 1. If you're on the 10th step, N would be 10. So there's going to be a couple ways we use this equation. Our first type of question is going to be make the equation. Pretty straightforward. Given the sequence. So I'm going to give you a row of numbers. You're going to give me the equation based off said numbers. Let's use the one in the book. 4, And that dot, dot, dot just means it's going on forever. So it's an infinite sequence. It goes on for infinity. Actually, I'll just copy it down here. So we're going to fill in this equation. Now, n, an, and n, I'm going to say it kind of compares to when we talk about an equation, x and y. The reason is, if I'm just generally making the formula, I'm just leaving x or y in the formula. So in your equation, your an will still be there, okay? And your n will still be an n, because I didn't ask you to find a specific place. I just asked you to give me the equation. Now, I need to plug in A1. My A1 will be here, 4. So I'm just going to plug in 4. A1 becomes 4. My next is the D, which is the pattern. Mariah, what is the pattern here in this one? Look at the numbers. Check it out. You want me to pass it to somebody else?
Is it +5?
Excellent. The pattern is +5 each time. +5, +5. So that means my D value is simply 5. And it's a +5 because it's +5. If it was going down, you will have a -5. Like if it was subtract 5 each time. But it's +5, so +5. N minus 1. Remember, the n does not change because I'm just getting a equation. All right. From here, we're going to make it nicer and simplify. So I have 5 on the outside of some parentheses. So that's going to force me to distribute, or suggest me to distribute, I should say. 5 times n is 5n. And then 5 times -1 is -5. Let's combine some like terms. 4 and -5 are like terms. They're both just normal numbers, or what we call constants. So I'm left with 5n, and then 4 plus -5 is -1. So an equals 5n minus 1. And that is your equation. Looking at that final equation, does anyone get reminded of another equation we've done? If you want to speak up and say what it is, I'd be pretty impressed. What is the equation that kind of looks like this?
Square root, like the cubed root thing.
Not the cube root thing. I'll give you a hint. The equation it looks like has an x and y in it. It has a name, or you could just say the equation itself.
It looks like algebra.
Okay, yeah, in the algebra class, it does look like algebra.
Like x x plus y multiply to equal one thing and add to another.
No, that's what you call a system of equation, kind of, but no, or a standard form. No. So it kind of looks like y equals
Don't tell me this is mx plus b.
mx plus b. There you go. So it looks like y equals mx plus b. So it's actually, they're similar. They're actually the same thing. Go figure. But now we're just doing it with sequence. But you want to leave it as the an and n. I'm just giving a little cool, interesting topic that this looks the same because they actually are the same. Isn't that cool? Maybe not cool. Again, I have a different definition of cool, I guess. So I want everyone. You don't have to always say y equals 1 plus b. I'm just pointing out it kind of looks like that. Either way, everyone try this one. This one's going to be a little tricky because I'm giving you a negative difference, i.e. you're subtracting.
Mr. Chawal, can you scroll back up for 1 second?
Sure, let me just zoom out so you see everything. There's nothing about that. Yeah, no problem. So everyone try this one right here. 60, 52, 45, 36, blah, blah, blah. You could send me chat if you got it. And I'm sorry, I see, now I'm looking at the chat, I see it. They changed the update. Usually give me a notification when someone typed in the chat, but I just don't get it. So I have to have the chat open in order to see it. So I can see your chats, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I tried that earlier.
My bad, my bad. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it just, I didn't realize anyone even typed anything because I don't get notified.
yeah, that's fine.
Remember, this is going to be a negative difference. So your D should be a negative. And make sure you distribute it with the negative. I know a lot of times people forget to distribute the negative with it. Let's give it a shot. 60, 52, 44, 36. Nahum, good start. So distribute and finish it off. Haley, good job, Haley. You got it. Oh, Nahum, I'm sorry. Your D is incorrect. It's not -6 each time. What is it minus?
Oh, my bad.
No problem. Haley, you got it. Good job. Another 30 seconds. After this, we'll probably do one more version of the question. Maybe we'll get to the third version, but I know we only got, what do we got today? Is it 50 minutes or is it, it's just 40 minutes. Yeah. So we only got 40 minutes. So we'll probably get one more. I understand, Nahum. Don't forget those parentheses, then distribute, Nahum. And remember to distribute with that negative number.
There were no parentheses in that one. I one.
All right.
I have no idea if I got it wrong or not. But,
We'll see in a second. All right. So the pattern here should be a -8, -8, and your starting point is 60. So we're going to write the equation. AN equals 60 minus 8 times n minus 1. 60, negative 8, n minus 1. We're going to distribute this negative 8, so make sure you bring the negative with it. Negative 8n, and a plus 8, because double negative becomes positive. Combine like terms, negative 8n plus 68. So that should be your final answer. If you wrote 68 minus 8n, you still get it correct. It's just preference. Again, I'm so used to the y equals mx plus b, so I try to put my variable first. But there's nothing wrong by putting 68 minus 8n. Definitely not going to do that one today. So let's go to, okay. Oh, let's go. All right. Save. So recently my notes from yesterday didn't save. So I got to make sure I save every time or I might get deleted or something.
Well, is that it? Oh, please say that's it.
No way. I still got like 16 minutes. We got one more type. All right. Let's go to our next version. Oh, what's up, Alyssa?
Why did you take only the 60? Oh, it's because it's A1.
Yeah, it's the first term. I only care about the first term. You want to also go ahead.
Why'd you add the plus 8 in the end?
Negative 8 times negative 1 becomes a positive 8. So double negative becomes positive. And just as a general, think about it this way. If you have your starting point and you know how much you add, you could get to anywhere because you just like, oh, if I know I start at 60 and I know I subtract 8, if even if I have to go down 100 steps, I can do that by going one at a time. So that's why we try to use it with just the starting point and the pattern. We'll go on to the next page. If you don't want me to, speak up right now. Okay. So we're going to do the last two types for today. Nope, wrong n. Find a n when n equals, let's say blank. Let's put 10 for today, but it could be n equals any number. You know what? I'm going to make it a little tougher. Let's do 20 because I don't want to run with this counter. So find an when n equals 20. I changed it to 20. Sorry if you already wrote 10. So for this one, when I say n is 20, what I'm actually asking is, hey, please tell me what is the 20th number in this pattern. So what is the 20th number in this pattern? Now, technically, you could just keep adding and adding and adding, but we want to use our equation to our advantage. And we also want to guarantee, because if you add 20 times, there's a chance you mess up once. So you don't want to make a mess up along the 20 additions you do. So let's make the equation first. This is my general equation. I'm just going to draw it out here so we have it as reference. D n minus 1. All right. So a n equals my first term, which is a -4. It's okay. Your first term could be a negative. And it seems like my pattern looks like a +3. It's definitely from 2 to 5 a +3. -1 plus to 2 plus 3 will give you a 2. And this is probably a +3. N minus 1. Do a little distribution. Combine like terms, -4 minus 3. So that's going deeper into negative. So that's a bigger negative. So that's going to be -7.
Wait, why is it minus?
Which one's minus?
N plus 1 is minus 1.
N plus 1. I don't see an N plus 1 anywhere here.
That's how we said it, right? N plus 1 in the parentheses, right?
No,
No,
N
N
minus
has
1.
N.
The equation is N minus 1. Yeah, that's very important. It is N minus 1. Okay. All right. So we have our equation. It's very simple. Since I'm looking for when N is 20, I just plug in 20. So 3 times 20, literally your calculator could do this for you. 3 times 20 is 60 minus 7. So that's going to be 53. So your A of 20, so your 20th step, A of 20 is 53. So step 1, find equation.
What does that
What?
say? 8 times what? Next to the 3 times 20 minus 7?
A20, they're both A20s. Find equation, then plug in N. Pretty straightforward.
Mr. Tobals, it's the last problem so we can work on the homework from last night.
No.
Wait, can you scroll up for a minute though? Because I have to write
Sure.
down.
Yeah, let me just stretch this out. Okay. Did I get to 50 or just 10 o'clock? I only get to 50. All right. All right. Which is fair. Let's end it today. This is your exit ticket. Find A of N when N equals 25. 7, 5, 3, 1, -1, 3.
Put the equation on the screen, please.
Sure. Let me just do this. I'm gonna Control, copy, paste. There you go. Power of technology. So that is your exit ticket. I'll tell you this, your answer will be negative. Answer will be negative. What's this one? So you can just send me the answer. If you get it right, you're free to go. If you get it wrong, you can keep trying. I'll give, 2 minutes. Okay, Google, put a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes, starting now.
Nahum, you got it. Hilly, you're a little bit off. I'm not sure why. You make sure you distribute the negative correctly to that -1. So it should be a positive thing. Alyssa,
Yeah,
good
I think
job.
so.
No, Nahum, you're good. You got the answer. You're
Oh, I'm
free.
good. Okay.
Alyssa, you're good.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, you're good. Alyssa, just make sure that number is negative. Don't forget it's negative, okay? Eliana, you typed it to everyone, but yeah, you good.
Sorry, I meant to put it in the private chat.
Either way. Haley, I think you might have distributed negative wrong. Maybe that's why. That -2 to the -1. That's my only idea. Carmela, make sure that final answer is a negative number. Okay, there you go. Haley, there you go. Okay, Google, stop. Yeah, stop. All right. All right, and I'm just going to do it so at least the people on the video can check it out. All right. So I won't color code it this time, but this is -2 and this is 7. So AN equals 7 minus 2 and minus 1. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. You can actually plug in the n early. So instead of distributing and solving it, you could just plug in the n right away. So A20, 20, or it's 25, my bad. 25. So 25 minus 1. If you plug it in early, you could just do normal math. This is literally arithmetic. 7 minus 2 times 25 minus 1, which is 24. I don't know why I wrote 42. 7 -2 times 24 is -48, which gives you -41. On this right side, I'll do it in green, the normal way we did it, the previous one. Should be a 9, my fault, because 7 plus 2 is 9. So this should be 9. And -50 plus 9 equals -41. So you could plug the n in the beginning or at the end. Doesn't matter, because the n doesn't really change. All right. That'd be it for you guys. If you have any questions, no problem. Have a wonderful day, guys.